Welcome back to the show, folks. It's Craig Bushon live out at the Capitol. One of the biggest rallies, probably the biggest rally for the Second Amendment and Guns Across America, happening right here in Austin, Texas, at the Texas Capitol. To my left is a friend of mine, and you need to know more about him and what he's doing, and it's Sheriff Richard Mack. He's been on the show before. He understands the battle. He fights it every single day. He's got a long career in law enforcement, and there's a whole lot going on today that you need to hear from his perspective. Welcome to the show.
Well, thanks. It's a pleasure to be back with you, and it's a pleasure to be here in Austin celebrating freedom.
Well, I'll tell you, it is refreshing to see so many people who actually believe in the Constitution.
Yeah, it is, and all these wonderful signs around reiterating the importance of the Second Amendment. You know, the entire Revolutionary War started over the issue of gun confiscation. And they said to King George III, the same thing we're telling to Barack Obama. You're not taking our guns. We're going to remain a free constitutional republic. And right now, I believe we have a small window of opportunity to keep this American Revolution today peaceful. And that's what I'm all about. And we started the Constitutional Sheriffs and Peace Officers Association to make sure that local officials keep their oath and do what the Founding Fathers said. Erect the barriers against the encroachments of the national authority. And if local officials will do one thing, keep their word and interpose themselves on our behalf, we're going to win this. And I'll tell you what, I've never been so busy taking all the calls and emails and trying to set up meetings and whatnot all across the country for people who are now seeing that the sheriff's movement, the sheriff's freedom movement, is the solution that we have in America today. It really is. If we get peace officers all across this country and sheriffs to stand and interpose themselves against Barack Obama's gun control, it's never going to happen. If Barack Obama wants to play with gun control in Washington, D.C., that's the only place he has any authority. He doesn't have any authority in Texas. Texas, we're not subject to Barack Obama. We're not, and everybody knows it, and these people here are saying the exact same thing.
Well, I've been telling the people, you know, who are part of my programming that I truly believe this is going to be the biggest fight for the Second Amendment in the history, in modern history in this country. You mentioned King George III, that 23-year-old young punk, if you will, that was running Great Britain. But the bottom line is, here we are, we flash forward to today, it's the same fight. And it's so ironic that Piers Morgan, you know, this British man, is telling us, the people who, one of the biggest reasons we have the right to bear arms is because of what the Great Britain did to us. It's a huge history lesson that has to happen right now.
Well, you see, King George III was from Great Britain, and King Obama was from Kenya. And so we're not paying any attention to these foreigners. And besides, even if they did, it is expressly against the law for the federal government to get involved in telling us how we can keep and bear arms or what kind of guns we can own. It's none of their damn business. And I really like this one. Piers Morgan even said the same thing. Well, what do you need an assault rifle for? Well, first of all, you don't know what an assault rifle is because you're a Briton and you're an idiot and you don't know what you're talking about. But secondly, I can own whatever gun I want because I'm a Texan and I'm an American and I'm free. And I don't have to tell you what kind of gun I own. And quite frankly, Pierce, it's none of your damn business what gun I own.
Well, a lot of people are worried about that, about this national registration that, you know, everyone who has a gun, whether you've had it that your grandfather willed down to you or whatever, you're going to have to register or be breaking the law. But I think that you're going to have a problem, I think, in this country, finding local law enforcement to really enforce many of these laws that Obama is trying to do. And it isn't just Obama. Obama's just the front.
No, he's just the figurehead.
Yeah, he's the talking head of really a bigger movement that's been going on a long time.
Right, and that's true. We do have a lot more problems than Barack Obama, but there's never been a president, or at least somebody, because at least he's in the White House, we can say that. Obama is in the White House. But no one in that position has ever been so blatant and so draconian and so Hitleric in his method of bringing this to pass and registering our guns. But there's two other things that we really need to be worried about. How far is he taking this, first of all, which is really scaring everybody to where you can't even buy ammo and guns right now. And the second one is this. We have Hillary Clinton pushing for a small arms treaty with the United Nations, and then we have this one on the other side that's getting rid of almost all rifles because they can call anything an assault rifle. So where does that leave us? And are we going to be allowing the United Nations to enforce the Small Arms Treaty in here? And so we've got to really be moving now. And I am thrilled with the sheriffs in this country who are calling us and issuing their letters. The entire state association of Utah sheriffs just issued a letter warning Barack Obama that his gun control proposals will not happen in Utah. We have California sheriffs doing it. We have Oregon sheriffs doing it. We have Texas sheriffs doing it. We have Indiana sheriffs doing it. We have Georgia sheriffs doing it. North Carolina. Even some rumblings now from some sheriffs and cops in New York who are not going to allow some of this gun control there. We're standing firm. We have 3,100 sheriffs in this country. I want every one of you to go to CSPOA.org. Constitutional Sheriffs Peace Officers Association, CSPOA.org, and become a member and support us in this great cause. If we get the sheriffs on board and get local law enforcement and officials on board the Freedom Train now, we can make all of this irrelevant, and it's nothing but a joke from another Washington, D.C. politician.
Well, the other thing that's happening, Sheriff, is that the video game industry, things like that are being under attack right now. The freedom of speech. I've told my viewers for a long time that the first freedom of speech and the Second Amendment are like this. Right. And if you lose either one of them, you're going to lose the other one. Right. And the bottom line is that we need to re-educate our citizens about a few different things. What weapons are. What is a semi-automatic weapon? Yeah. I was speaking earlier in another interview that my .38 Special is a semi-automatic weapon. Sure. So the bottom line is a lot of people, the rabble-rousers that are out there getting people stirred up, those people that are getting stirred up are really coming from an uneducated mindset. We need to get out there. That's why we do what we do here with my show, and we have Be First in Media, is to get out and get people like yourself on, speak about the issues. And, the bottom line is this rally today, okay, is, in my opinion, just the beginning of the battle. Because I don't think that we've seen anything yet. I think the Trojan horse is just now being opened. Yeah,
good point. I think that's a good analogy. And if you really look at history, you're seeing some repetition of some very historical things that have nothing but bad laced with them. We need to make sure that we send this message loud and clear to Barack Obama and any other gun control fanatic in America. We will not disarm. We're not going to register our weapons, and we are not going to comply with your ridiculous and stupid unlawful orders or mandates or executive orders or laws. You can pass as many laws as you want to. We will not obey. This gun control movement right now is aimed at law-abiding citizens. We will not obey your stupid laws. We don't have to, because the Second Amendment and the Bill of Rights prohibit you from doing any of it. And just because you make up these laws doesn't mean we have to go along, because we have the supreme law of the land on our side. We will not comply.
Well, there you have it, folks. Sheriff Richard Mack, thank you so much for coming on the show again. Thanks, great to see you. And stay tuned, more interviews, more things going on. Listen, the bottom line is this, folks. If you don't pay attention to the facts, understand your history, pull out a dictionary and look up what things really do mean, okay? The bottom line is you will be led down Primrose Lane. And the bottom line is this, folks. If you haven't read the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, do it today. And take your kids and bring them with you and read it with them. The bottom line is, folks, we're here on purpose. This is one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And the only way to keep it that way is on purpose. I'm Craig Bushon with Sheriff Mack. We'll see you soon.